check, 1, 2. Can you guys hear me? I hope you guys can hear me. Can you hear me? Oh, you guys can't hear me. Yo, what up, Fred? Yeah, got an early morning this morning. So I decided I'm gonna jump on. Almost passed the eval. How do I set a poll on here? Oh, I guess can't set the poll, which is all good. What we're gonna do is maybe I'll hey Fred, guys, let me know if the hotel music is a little too loud, and then I'll just turn off the music I'm playing in the background. So let me know if that works. Because if you can't hear the background music in the hotel here, then sweet. Oh, you guys can't even see my screen. Hold up. Yeah, today's the only horizontal stream because I'm using my laptop and I couldn't figure out how to go horizontal fast enough because, yeah. Mac OS X screen. What's up, Freddie? Thanks, Freddie. Thank you. Both Freddies, Fred and Freddie. What's up, Fred? This is Freddie, my editor. He does all my YouTube edits and everything like that. Okay, I lowered the lo-fi music. Let me know if that worked. Okay. Yeah, let me know now. Oh, the music is still loud, isn't it? Morning, guys. Morning. I adjusted the music. How about now? Just let me know. Good morning, guys. Good morning. I adjusted the music. How about now? Sweet. Oh, there's hotel music in here. Hold on. I'm just going to shut off the lo-fi music because you can technically hear I'm using my laptop mic and it's sensitive. So, sweet. We're going to listen to the hotel music. How about that? There's hotel music in here. Hold on. I'm just going to... All right. I got my laptop set up. I know it's crazy. This is what my setup looks like right now, guys. I'm transferring data from my memory card. I got my camera here. I've got my remarkable tablet. I was doing work this morning. So we're here. We are here. Oh, man. Well, we're going to check for news. President Trump speaks at 6:30. I don't know what time frame that is. If that's today at 6:30, I wonder what it's about. Sounds pretty serious. Are the chats coming through? I hope so. Yes. Okay, sweet. Okay, I think we're all set with the stream. I'm just going to focus on what this is about. NATO chief says Ukraine must be security priority. Oh man, yeah, he's speaking this morning. Based on information January 21st, 26, President Trump is attending Davos World Economic Forum in Switzerland. Speech time, Trump is scheduled to speak at 8:30 a.m., which is 6:30 a.m. my time. That address follows a series of threats regarding tariffs on European. Holy smokes. Guys, we got to be super careful here in the next few minutes. If Trump is speaking, he can say whatever he's going to say, and it's going to move the markets, especially it being about tariffs. So the breakfast is coming though. Breakfast, I can smell it. It smells good. They got cranberry juice. I'm tired, man. I'm tired. Yesterday was crazy. Lots of driving and lots of stuff. And make sure all this. No, it kicked me out. No, why? Sorry, guys. Oh, I have to make sure this stuff. Google Drive. I have to make sure all my content transferred over, or else. Shared Drive. AZ Modern Landscapes. No. Guys, I'm so sorry. Yeah, this isn't the most uncleanest stream I've ever had, or messiest stream. 642640. Alright, I'm just gonna do this over. We got January 16 up to here. Boom. Okay. I'll be staying out, Fred. That's the most important meal of the day. Breakfast, that's right. That's right. What's up, everyone? What's up, Jen? What up, what up? Wolf. I like your idea here. I'm gonna get some cranberry. I don't know if you guys know this old person drink, but it's called oh crap, I don't know what it's called, but when I worked at a care home facility, I used to have to serve like old people, and for dinner and breakfast and whatever shift I was working, and they would always ask for orange juice and cranberry together. I don't know why. And then one day I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try this thing, and it ended up being delicious. Fred said behind the scenes look. Yeah, dude. All right, I'm gonna focus now, so I'm gonna take myself off this. Trump speaking, Google Drive, leave that up. Boom. All right, guys, let's jump into the charts here, huh? So we were just talking about yesterday about how gold might hit 5,000 by 90 days or so, maybe 180 days. But bro, look, 5,000 is not far away. It is very possible that we hit 5,000 very soon. It's like going parabolic right now. So I don't feel comfortable shorting gold because it seems like every time there's a short on gold, it gets sold off or it gets bought up. Look at this move. Insane. So I'm just going to draw it out and we'll go from there. Technically, we're in supply right now. I'll just do that. And now we're just consolidating. My grandfather used to make peanut butter and cheese sandwiches. It sounds coward, but it's actually pretty good. Peanut butter and cheese, bruh. I can kind of see how that could actually taste good. I might have to try it when nobody's home. My wife's not there. I might get a little bit of peanut butter, slap a piece of cheese on it, and take a nibble. And I'm gonna message you, Will, and be like, "Yo, Will, fire, absolutely fire." Okay, so on gold, price is consolidating quite a bit. Technically speaking, we had to break a structure of these lows, but it's so choppy, nothing feels confident for me to do anything, to be honest. So we're gonna just leave it as is, and nothing's clear for me. I would rather be buying at this point, and buys would be in this area. Or we might come all the way back down to this 1 hour. But I don't know if that's going to happen today. So gold is very unpredictable right now, and something I don't feel comfortable trading. NQ, we're going to slide on over here to the left, and we're going to draw out any supply and demand zones, or supply zones, or demands that make any sense for us. So we've got this demand zone, and then we have this demand that we've already tapped into. So this is in the past. Currently, price has broken that first demand level, which is why I almost passed one of the evals this morning. I almost passed, but I didn't because I put my stops too tight, and it hit my take profit, and it would have passed, but it's whatever. So if we look at this price action, we have a 1 hour demand right now. Boom. Okay. And we have a break of structure, or change of structure. So we double bottomed essentially, and we didn't create a new lower low. So I'm going to delete this 1 hour box from the past, no longer too valid for us. And I'm going to draw out the next supply. So next supply zone would be right here. So it's going to be a tight range, potentially looking at taking this long here up into the supply zone. It was apparently a meal they would make during the Great Depression since people didn't have a lot of money, but it was a great food that was cheap and for calories. Yeah, that makes sense. Peanut butter, a lot of protein, cheese, calcium. So makes sense. All right, so I like potential longs here on gold or on NQ up into supply, so we're going to see if we get that. So I'm just going to draw it out here. 1 hour demand, 1 hour supply. And then if price comes down here, potentially looking for longs there. Where do you look to enter for the long position? You mentioned the previous demand, but you set yours lower now. The previous demand from the left, Fred, over here, I drew it out already, but then it's no longer necessary or in play for me because we already broke through it. So I deleted that. And if we focus on what we're looking at right now, we got the supply and the 1 hour demand on NQ, this blue candle. And then if we zoom down to the 5 minute, instead of making the lower high and lower low, we created a equal low and then a breakout structure. And now I'm looking at this 5 minute demand right here. It could be this right here, but I don't want to take that risk, so I'm just going to mark off this candle. Hopefully that answers your question. See if the drone footage has transferred. 8 minutes left on the drone footage. Thought it was a rally-based rally, not sure if that makes sense, so I would have to set my entry higher. Rally-based rally on the 1 hour. So are you talking about this 5 minute candle right here? This could be a potential long. This could reverse right now and go long, to be honest. I'm just, I'm actually looking to be a little bit more aggressive on my entry. Like, this is where I truly want to enter in on the A+ setups. This is, you know, I don't know how to call it, like a C+, B+ entry, where it is right now. So there is a chance that it's going to reverse where it's at right now and then go long here. And then you could put your stops here. But I'd rather see if it comes down to... The real setup is when it comes back into the furthest supply or demand. And this is the furthest 5 minute demand that we have. So the real entry would be down here. But there are times when I do take this entry and setup depending on how much price has moved and whatnot and like where it's at, you know, so... Sweet. Sick. As you see right now, it's kind of coming up into this demand and holding. So very well could just pop up from here. But like the setup that you took on NQ yesterday when you were texting me, that was the most immediate, or the furthest supply, which was really the most immediate one. Make sure you join the Discord also if you're not there yet. Yeah, thanks, Fred. I'm going to grab cranberry orange juice. Stand by. Delicious. Very, very good. Is my boy in a hotel lobby? Yes, sir. Trading from the hotel today, man. Today's my birthday, so Took my wife to the hotel. We're in Sedona, Arizona, and I still got to work. I got to go to a client's shoot, so we're gonna shoot at one of his customers' house and everything. So, but I'm making it work. I'm still trying to go live. You know what I mean? I'm not at my office. Old man, I know, bro. I know. Crazy to think, but everybody says that. Oh, I'm getting older. I'm 25, or oh, I'm 45. So I guess I'm just getting used to it. All right, we're gonna enter in here on the eval if we get filled. My boy, can we stop? Into the charts in the lobby. Yeah, bro. You got you got to do what you got to do. You know what I mean? Happy birthday, blow on the candlesticks and make a wish. That's funny, bro. Just for you. That's actually pretty genius. Birthday stream where I blow on the candles. Oh yeah, happy birthday. Let's hope the market gives you some good luck today. Let's hope, brother. Let's hope. Oh my gosh, you know what? Trump is speaking right now, isn't he? Yes, he is. Holy crap, I forgot. I entered in on the live accounts. Yeah, see, Fred, I completely forgot. My boy Trump. Trump about to speak soon. Let's see what he says. I entered and canceled. Risky. Yeah, it is risky. But, it is what it is. We're in, huh? had them in full size. Might get stopped out here actually because it raised my average price. I don't want to risk more than 300 bucks. So we are in. No matter what, I'm not going to lose more than 285 bucks. Has your girlfriend already give you your birthday spanking? What in the world, Will, are you talking about? Will, you crazy, bro. Oh, man, that is too funny, dude. Alright, we're gonna get stopped out here, probably. Alright, we got stopped out on that. Sick. Will, what are you talking about, bro? Oh, no. This is Express account. I thought I was in the freaking Express account. Oh, man. I got burned. I got burned pretty hard there. I thought I was in the combine, and I entered in way too big. Trying to give it a second shot here. Probably gonna get stopped, which is totally fine. We've been here before, but that was definitely a mistake. I was just trying to enter in on the Express account, or the combine. I'm not used to trading from my laptop, so. This would be my final shot on this trade idea for right now, but okay. Okie dokie. Now I'm going to wait. I was only trying to get on the Express account. Oh my gosh, eval. I need to get off the freaking. There you go. That's what I need to do, is not go to the eval or Express account.
Conversation in the spirit of dialogue. Discussions where the world is headed, where are we going, and these discussions would be incomplete without the President of the United States, the most important leader in the world. We appreciate him here, so let me introduce and welcome back to Davos the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
I'm gonna hop off around close to 8 o'clock, my time.
Well, thank you very much, Larry. It's great to be back in beautiful Davos, Switzerland, and to address so many respected business leaders, so many friends, few enemies, and all of the distinguished guests. It's a who's who, I will say that. I've come to this year's World Economic Forum with truly phenomenal news from America. Yesterday marked the one-year anniversary of my inauguration, and today, after 12 months back in the White House, our economy is booming, growth is exploding, productivity is surging, investment is soaring, incomes are rising, inflation has been defeated, our previously open and dangerous border is closed and virtually impenetrable. And the United States is in the midst of the fastest and most dramatic economic turnaround in our country's history. Under the Biden administration, America was plagued by the nightmare of stagflation, meaning low growth, and high inflation, a recipe for misery, failure, and decline. But now, after just 1 year of my policies, we are witnessing the exact opposite. Virtually no inflation and extraordinarily high economic growth. Growth like I believe you'll see very shortly our country has never seen before, perhaps no country has ever seen before. Over the past 3 months, core inflation has been just 1.6%. Meanwhile, fourth quarter growth is projected to be 5.4%, far greater than anybody other than myself and a few others had predicted. Since the election, the stock market has set 52 all-time high records. So that's in 1 year, 52 records, adding $9 trillion in value to retirement accounts, 401ks, and people's savings. People are doing very well. They're very happy with me. Since my inauguration, we've lifted more than 1.2 million people off of food stamps, and after 4 years in which Biden secured less than $1 trillion of new investment in our country. Think of that, 1 trillion, substantially less than that. In 4 years, we've secured commitments for a record-breaking $18 trillion, and we think when the final numbers come out, they'll be closer to $20 trillion of investment. That's never been done by any country at any time, not even close. Just over 1 year ago, under the radical left Democrats, we were a dead country. Now we are the hottest country anywhere in the world. In fact, the United States economy is on pace to grow at double the rate that was projected by the IMF just last April. And with my growth and tariff policies, it should be much higher. I really believe it can be much higher than that. And this is all great news, and it's great for all nations. The USA is the economic engine on the planet, and when America booms, the entire world booms. It's been the history. When it goes bad, it goes bad. You all follow us down, and you follow us up, and we're at a point that I don't believe we've ever been. I never thought we could do it this quickly. My biggest surprise is I thought it would take more than a year, maybe like a year and 1 month. It's happened very quickly. This afternoon, I want to discuss how we have achieved this economic miracle, how we intend to raise living standards for our citizens to levels never seen before, and perhaps how you too and the places where you come from can do much better by following what we're doing, because certain places in Europe are not even recognizable, frankly, anymore. They're not recognizable. And we can argue about it, but there's no argument. Friends come back from different places. I don't want to insult anybody and say I don't recognize it. And that's not in a positive way. That's in a very negative way. And I love Europe, and I want to see Europe go good, but it's not heading in the right direction. In recent decades, it became conventional wisdom in Washington and European capitals that the only way to grow a modern Western economy was through ever-increasing government spending. unchecked mass migration and endless foreign imports. The consensus was that so-called dirty jobs and heavy industry should be sent elsewhere, that affordable energy should be replaced by the Green New Scam, and that countries could be propped up by importing new and entirely different populations from faraway lands. This was the path that sleepy Joe Biden administration and many other Western governments very foolishly followed, turning their backs on everything that makes nations rich and powerful and strong. And there's so much potential in so many nations. The result was record budget and trade deficits and a growing sovereign deficit driven by the largest wave of mass migration in human history. We've never seen anything like it. Quite frankly, many parts of our world are being destroyed before our very eyes, and the leaders don't even understand what's happening. And the ones who do understand aren't doing anything about it. Virtually all of the so-called experts predicted my plans to end this failed model would trigger a global recession and runaway inflation. But we have proven them wrong. It's actually just the opposite. In 1 year, our agenda has produced a transformation like America has not seen in over 100 years. Instead of closing down energy plants, we're opening them up. Instead of building ineffective, money-losing windmills, we're taking them down and not approving any. Instead of empowering bureaucrats, we're firing them, and they're going out and getting jobs in the private sector for 2 and 3 times what they were making in government. So they started off hating me when we fired them, and now they love me. Instead of raising taxes on domestic producers, we're lowering them and raising tariffs on foreign nations to pay for the damage that they've caused. In 12 months, we have removed over 270,000 bureaucrats from the federal payrolls, the largest single-year reduction in government employment since the end of World War II. Nobody thought that was coming, but we had no choice to make a country great. You can't have all federal jobs. We've cut federal spending by $100 billion and slashed the federal budget deficit by 27% in the single year. It's going to go down quite a bit more from that, driving inflation way down from the record highs of the Biden administration. Every month, they went up and up and up. I promised to cut 10 old regulations for every single new regulation, but instead I've cut, actually till this point, 129 regulations for every one new regulation approved. So every time they come in with a new regulation, we do at least 10, but so far it's averaging out to 129, if you can believe it. In July, we passed the largest tax cuts in American history, including no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security for our great seniors. We also provided 100% expensing. That's the one they like. And bonus depreciation for all new equipment and capital investments to help companies expand and shift production to America. They are so in love with that. They build a plant, they're able to deduct it immediately, the whole thing, rather than waiting 38 to 41 years in the old days. This is a miracle taking place. Nobody thought it would ever be done by any country. It's done by us. It was what made my first term the most successful 4-year term that we've ever had from a financial standpoint. And now we've upped it. This is a 10-year program, not a 1-year program. But you're allowed to deduct everything in 1 year. It used to be 38 to 41 years. With tariffs, we've radically reduced our ballooning trade deficit, which was the largest in world history. We were losing more than $1 trillion every single year, and it was just wasted. It was going to waste. But in 1 year, I slashed our monthly trade deficit by a staggering 77%. And all of this with no inflation, something everyone said could not be done. There were a couple of brilliant people that actually thought I was doing the right thing. I thought I was doing the right thing. Now they all think I'm doing the right thing because they can't believe the numbers. American exports are now up by more than $150 billion. Domestic steel production is up by 300,000 tons a month, and it's doubling over the next 4 months. It's doubling and tripling. And we have steel plants being built all over the country. Nobody thought they'd see that. Factory construction is up by 41%, and that number is really going to skyrocket right now because that's during a process that they're putting in to get their approvals, and we've given very, very quick, fast approvals. In the process, we've made historic trade deals with partners covering 40% of all U.S. trade. Some of the greatest companies and countries in the world. We have countries as our partner, too. The European nations, Japan, South Korea. They're our partners. They've gone into massive deals with us, especially on oil and gas. And these agreements raise growth and cause stock markets to boom, not only in the U.S., but virtually every country that came to make a deal, because, as you've learned, when the United States goes up, you follow. It's really become a staple. In America, I've stopped the nation-wrecking energy policies that drive up prices while sending jobs and factories to the world's worst polluters. They are indeed polluters. Under Sleepy Joe Biden, new domestic oil and gas leases fell by 95%. Think of that. And they wonder, why was gasoline going up so fast? The gasoline actually topped $5 a gallon, and some places $7 a gallon, and more than 100 major power plants were violently shut down by incompetent people that had no idea what the hell they were doing. Under my leadership, U.S. natural gas production is at an all-time high by far. U.S. oil production is up by 730,000 barrels a day, and last week we picked up 50 million barrels from Venezuela alone. Venezuela's been an amazing place for so many years, but then
Gotta breathe. Not breathing.
4 years ago, it was a great country, and now it's got problems, but we're helping them. And those 50 million barrels, we're going to be splitting up with them, and they'll be making more money than they've made in a long time. Venezuela's going to do fantastically well.
113, bro. 113.
We've been given great cooperation. Once the attack ended, and they said, let's make a deal. More people should do that. But Venezuela's going to make more money in the next 6 months than they've made in the last 20 years.
As long as we get a 1 minute candle to close here, I'm going to go to break even.
It's amazing. It's a beautiful thing to see. The leadership of the country has been very good. They've been very, very smart. The price of gasoline is now below $2.50 a gallon.
All right, we're going to break even here. Risk-free trade.
30 cents a gallon in most states. Then we'll soon be averaging less than $2 a gallon. In many places, it's already down even lower, $1.95 a gallon. Numerous states are at $1.99, numbers that nobody has heard for years. Actually, since my last administration, we got it down to around those numbers. I've signed an order directing and approval of many new nuclear reactors. We're going heavy into nuclear. I was not a big fan because I didn't like the risk, the danger. But they have, the progress they've made with nuclear is unbelievable, and the safety progress they've made is incredible. We're very much into the world of nuclear energy, and we can have it now at good prices and very, very safe. And we're leading the world in AI by a lot. We're leading China by a lot. I think President Xi respects what we've done, in part because I've allowed these big companies building these massive buildings to build their own electric capacity. They're building their own power plants, which, when added up, is more than any country anywhere in the world is doing. I read recently an article in the Wall Street Journal that China's creating so much energy, and they are. I gotta hand it to them. But we're creating as much or more.
Meshack did the bad thing again, bro. I did the bad thing again. Bro, are you kidding me? I did the bad thing again, and I closed early. I closed at this TP, and I could could have went to break even and put my stops here, which would have left me in profit or let me at break even for the day, but instead I didn't let it run. You gotta be kidding me right now. You gotta be kidding me right now. You gotta be kidding me right now, bruh. Alright guys, well, W trade guys, GG's, good job everyone. We got that W on NQ while Trump is speaking, which was crazy, but we took the longs, we got stopped out twice, and then we had the breakout finally, which we caught for a winner. So good job today guys. All right, I had to walk around. If it runs, it runs. I've been here before. I really need to like focus on that. Unfortunately, we got stopped out on the combine just by a little hair, literally just by a hair. I would have passed it right there. I get so fixated on trying to pass on the combines is the problem. But yeah, it is what it is. So very nice A+ setup. The problem is the entry area was so wide, you never really know where to enter, so you kind of have to manage it. And then I add into a trade, right? So my stops get pulled up. So yeah, either way, W's. We are up $1,300 this week so far, which is great. I'm gonna end it on a W. That's why I locked myself out. I was like, I'm done. I'm logging myself out. It's my birthday. I'm just gonna, lock it in. I'm just very curious to see what he's saying right now. But yeah, W guys, www dot whatever you want to say.com. That being said, we still have the other Express accounts. I didn't enter in on them. I didn't trade them. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Gotta drive about an hour or so. Actually, let me make sure the Tesla is charged. It should be. Beautiful. Tesla is charged. So yeah, I'm gonna sit here and just kind of see what happens. If there's anything to take on the eval. Ooh, the shorts came in on that 1 hour. That's exactly where I wanted to short, was in the 1 hour right here, right? It's a continuation down to this 1 hour supply. So hey, we might break here.
My idea, I said, you can't create this much energy. We need it from Europe, Scotland and Germany. 100% Scotland, my mother, 100% German, my father. And we believe deeply in the bonds we share with Europe
as a civilization. And I want to see it do great. That's why issues like energy, trade, immigration, and economic growth must be central concerns to anyone who wants to see a strong and united West. Because Europe and those countries have to do their thing. They have to get out of the culture that they've created over the last 10 years. It's horrible what they're doing to themselves. They're destroying themselves. It's beautiful, beautiful places. We want strong allies, not seriously weakened ones. We want Europe to be strong. Ultimately, these are matters of national security, and perhaps no current issue makes the situation more clear than what's currently going on with Greenland. Would you like me to say a few words of Greenland? I was going to leave it out of the speech, but I think I would have been reviewed very negatively. I have tremendous respect for both the people of Greenland and the people of Denmark. Tremendous respect. But every NATO ally has an obligation to be able to defend their own territory. And the fact is, no nation or group of nations is in any position to be able to secure Greenland other than the United States. We're a great power, much greater than people even understand. I think they found that out 2 weeks ago in Venezuela. We saw this in World War II, when Denmark fell to Germany after just 6 hours of fighting and was totally unable to defend either itself or Greenland. So the United States was then compelled. We did it, we felt an obligation to do it, to send our own forces to hold the Greenland territory. And hold it we did, at great cost and expense. They didn't have a chance of getting on it, and they tried. Denmark knows that. We literally set up bases on Greenland for Denmark. We fought for Denmark. We weren't fighting for anyone else. We were fighting to save it for Denmark. Big, beautiful piece of ice. It's hard to call it land. It's that big piece of ice. But we saved Greenland and successfully prevented our enemies from gaining a foothold in our hemisphere. So we did it for ourselves also. And then after the war, which we won it big. Without us, right now you'd all be speaking German and a little Japanese, perhaps. After the war, we gave Greenland back to Denmark. How stupid were we to do that? But we did it. But we gave it back. But how ungrateful are they now? So now our country and the world face much greater risks than it did ever before because of missiles, because of nuclear, because of weapons of warfare that I can't even talk about. 2 weeks ago, they saw weapons that nobody ever heard of. They weren't able to fire one shot at us. They said, what happened? Everything was discombobulated. They said, we've got them in our sights. Press the trigger, and nothing happened. No anti-aircraft missiles went up. There was one that went up about 30 feet and crashed down right next to the people that sent it. They said, what the hell is going on? Those defensive systems were made by Russia and by China. So they're going to go back to the drawing boards, I guess.
What is he supposed to be saying today?
Greenland is a vast, almost entirely uninhabited and undeveloped territory, sitting undefended in a key strategic location between the United States, Russia, and China. That's exactly where it is, right smack in the middle. Wasn't important nearly when we gave it back.
Holy cannoli, what in the world?
It wasn't the same as it is now. It's not important for any other reason, you know. Everyone talks about the minerals. There's so many places. There's so rare earth. No such thing as rare earth. There's rare processing. But there's so much rare earth. And to get to this rare earth, you got to go through hundreds of feet of ice. That's not the reason we need it. We need it for strategic national security and international security. This enormous unsecured island is actually part of North America, on the northern frontier of the Western Hemisphere. That's our territory. It is therefore a core national security interest of the United States of America. And in fact, it's been our policy for hundreds of years to prevent outside threats from entering our hemisphere, and we've done it very successfully. We've never been stronger than we are now. That's why American presidents have sought to purchase Greenland for nearly 2 centuries.
That's what I'm
For 2
thinking too,
centuries,
Will.
they've been
Like,
trying to
we're
do
talking
it.
about war
They should
here.
have kept it after World War II, but they had a different president. That's all right. People think differently. Much more necessary now than it was at that time, however. In 2019, Denmark said that they would spend over $200 million to strengthen Greenland's defenses. But as you know, they spent less than 1% of that amount. 1%. There's no sign of Denmark there. And I say that with great respect for Denmark, whose people I love, whose leaders are very good. It's the United States alone that can protect this giant mass of land, this giant piece of ice, develop it and improve it and make it so that it's good for Europe and safe for Europe and good for us. And that's the reason I'm seeking immediate negotiations to once again discuss the acquisition of Greenland by the United States, just as we have acquired many other territories throughout our history, as many of the European nations have. They've acquired, there's nothing wrong with it. Many of them, some went in reverse, actually, if you look. Some had great vast wealth, great vast lands all over the world. They went in reverse. They stuck back where they started. That happens too. But some grow. But this would not be a threat to NATO. This would greatly enhance the security of the entire alliance, the NATO alliance. The United States is treated very unfairly by NATO. I want to tell you that. When you think about it, nobody can dispute it. We give so much and we get so little in return. And I've been a critic of NATO for many years. And yet I've done more to help NATO than any other president by far, than any other person. You wouldn't have NATO if I didn't get involved in my first term. The war with Ukraine is an example. We are thousands of miles away, separated by a giant ocean. It's a war that should have never started, and it wouldn't have started if the 2020 U.S. presidential election weren't rigged. It was a rigged election. Everybody now knows that. They found out. People will soon be prosecuted for what they did. It's probably breaking news, but it should be. It's a rigged election. Can't have rigged elections. You need strong borders, strong elections, and ideally a good press. I always say, strong borders, strong elections, free, fair elections.
You guys want to see mukbang?
And a fair media. The media is terrible. It's very crooked. It's
mukbang stream?
biased, terrible. But someday it'll straighten out because it's losing all credibility. Think of it. When I went in a landslide, a giant landslide, won all 7 swing states, won the popular vote, won everything.
War for gold,
And they only get
bad.
negative
War
press.
for NAS, good.
That means
Yeah, it doesn't
it
make
has
any
no
sense, bro.
credibility. And if they're going to get credibility, they're going to have to be fair. So you need a fair press. But you also need those other elements. And I inherited a terrible situation. If you look, the border was open. The inflation was raging. Everything was bad with the United States when I came into office. But I also inherited a mess with Ukraine and Russia, something that would have never happened. And I know Putin very well. He and I would discuss Ukraine. It was the apple of his eye, but he wasn't going to do anything. I said, Vladimir, you're not doing it. He would never have done it. It was terrible what happened. I could see it happening, too. After I left, I could see it happening. Biden had given Ukraine and NATO $350 billion, staggering sum. $350 billion. I came in, and just like the southern border, just like inflation, just like our economy, I said, wow, this place is in trouble, meaning our country. All of these things were out of control. But the border was out of control. We fixed it with the strongest border anywhere in the world. And I've now been working on this war for 1 year, during which time I settled 8 other wars. India, Pakistan. I settled other wars that were Vladimir Putin called me, Armenia, Azerbaijan, He said, I can't believe you settled that one. They were going on for 35 years. I settled it in one day. And President Putin called me. He said, you know, I can't believe I worked on that war for 10 years trying to settle it. I couldn't do it. I said, do me a favor, focus on settling your war. Don't worry about that one. What does the United States get out of all of this work, all of this money, other than death, destruction, and massive amounts of cash going to people who don't appreciate what we do? They don't appreciate what we do. Talking about NATO, I'm talking about Europe. They have to work on Ukraine. We don't. The United States is very far away. We have a big, beautiful ocean separating us. We have nothing to do with it. Until I came along, NATO was only supposed to pay 2% of GDP. But they weren't paying. Most of the countries weren't paying anything. The United States was paying for virtually 100% of NATO.
Well, we left a lot on the table. I will say that.
I said, that's not fair.
Crazy amount, be like $3,000 right there, but it got really choppy. We would have been at break even, or we would have went here and we would have got stopped out for like $500, so we would have been at break even for the day. If we left it at break even, we would still be in the clear and be involved in all this, but you never really know.
Mark, are you here?
How long is he going to speak for? I'm watching the speech and all I see is poop emojis and clown emojis in the chat. I know, man. I know. Include people hate this guy, but you know, I personally don't care whoever's in office. It doesn't affect me. I mean, it affects me, but I don't. I work around it. NQ is flying, dude.
That's probably the biggest statement.
How many times? How many times have we been here, Fred?
I don't have to use force. I don't
Catching the bottoms, tops, without trying.
All the United States is asking for is a place called Greenland, where we already had it as a trustee, but respectfully returned it back to Denmark not long ago after we defeated the Germans, the Japanese, the Italians, and others in World War II. We gave it back to them. We were a powerful force then, but we are a much more powerful force now. After I rebuilt the military in my first term and continued to do so today, we have a budget of $1.5 trillion. We're bringing back battleships. Battleship
it affects the charts big time, man.
100 times more powerful than the great battleships you saw in World War II.
Have to let the runners run. It's true.
Ships,
Alabama. It's true. If I just left it at break even, it would be crazy right now, guys. Crazy.
100. Think of that. 100 times more powerful than those big.
One day I'll learn.
Big, magnificent.
Technically, this one account we turned it into $7,000 without if we didn't take profits.
That you still see on television, and you say, "Wow, what a force!"
You know, so far this week has been great.
Than the big battleships of the past.
Got stopped out on those morning trades, and then boom.
So what we have gotten out of NATO is nothing except to protect Europe from the Soviet Union and now Russia. I mean, we've helped them for so many years. We've never gotten anything, except we pay for NATO. And we paid for many years until I came along. We paid for, in my opinion, 100% of NATO because they weren't paying their bills. And all we're asking for is to get Greenland, including right title and ownership, because you need the ownership to defend it.
He's literally asking for Greenland. It's insane.
Number one, legally it's not defensible that way, totally. And number two, psychologically.
The markets are ripping right now. It doesn't make any sense.
A license agreement. Or a lease.
Gold is dropping. Whenever there's talk of war and whatnot, it's the opposite, right? Gold runs, stock drops.
Much of the action will take place on that piece of ice. Think of it. Those missiles would be flying right over the center of that piece of ice. All we want from Denmark for national and international security and to keep our very energetic and dangerous potential enemies at bay is this land on which we're going to build the greatest golden dome ever built. We're building the golden dome that's going to, just by its very nature, going to be defending Canada. Canada gets a lot of freebies from us, by the way. They should be grateful also, but they're not. I watched your Prime Minister yesterday. He wasn't so grateful.
Oh, Will, don't say anything, bro. Don't say anything. Just keep it to yourself.
Because of the United States.
He's talking about your man.
Mark, the next time you make your statements. What we did for Israel was amazing, but that's nothing compared to what we have planned for the United States, Canada, and the rest of the world. We are going to build a dome like no other. We did it. We did it for Israel. And by the way, I told Bibi, stop taking credit for the dome. That's our technology. That's our stuff. But they had a lot of courage, and they were good fighters, and they did a good job, and we wiped out the Iran nuclear threat like nobody can believe. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. That, Venezuela, taking down Soleimani, wiping out al-Baghdadi when he tried to reinstitute ISIS. We did a lot. We did a lot of big things. All perfectly executed. Everyone was perfectly executed. Somebody told me that, a military expert told me, sir, everything you've done has been perfectly executed. I said, I know. So other presidents have
Sorry, guys, this guy's funny.
Not trillions and trillions of dollars on NATO and gotten absolutely
Perfectly
nothing in
executed.
return. We've never asked for anything.
I know.
So it's a one-way street. Now they want us to help them with Ukraine. And let me say, we're going to. I'm really helping, not even them. I want to see, last week, if you saw, it was 10,000 soldiers, but last month it was 31,000 soldiers died. 31,000, that's this room times, the number of people in this room times 30.
Yeah, he says, I know.
30,000 soldiers died in 1 month. The month before was 27,000.
I see.
The month
You want
before
guns and
that was
cheaper stuff.
28,000.
Cheaper
The
fluff.
month
Yeah, I
before
get
that
you. I
was
get you.
45,000. It's a bloodbath.
Yeah, I know. He said, and I know.
And that's what I want to
Dylan, what's
stop.
up, bro?
It doesn't
Thanks,
help the
man.
United
Appreciate it, bro.
States,
Appreciate it.
But these are souls. These are young people.
Dude, are you kidding
Look like
me?
you. Look like some of you right in the front row. They go to war. Their parents are so proud. Oh, there he goes. Comes back. 2 weeks later, they get a call. Your son's head's been blown off. I want to stop it. It's a horrible war.
Crazy.
Since World War
Crazy,
II.
crazy move, guys.
They keep going. They'll exceed World War II. The numbers are staggering. How many people they've lost? They don't want to talk about it. Ukraine and Russia lost just tremendous amounts. And I'm dealing with President Putin, and he wants to make a deal, I believe. I'm dealing with President Zelensky, and I think he wants to make a deal. I'm meeting him today. He might be in the audience right now. But they got to get that war stopped because too many people are dying, needlessly dying. Too many souls are being lost. It's the only reason I'm interested in doing it. But in doing it, I'm helping Europe, I'm helping NATO, and I've, until the last few days when I told them about Iceland, they loved me.
Market open. I potentially will look for longs
Very smart man said, he's our daddy. He's
here.
running it. I was like running it. I went from running it to being a terrible human being. But now what I'm
There
asking
is also
for
this demand,
is
but it just,
a piece of ice,
it's already been touched, so
cold and poorly located, that can play a vital role in world peace and world protection. It's a very small ask compared to what we have given them for many, many decades. But the problem with NATO is that we'll be there for them 100%. But I'm not sure that they'd be there for us. If we gave them the call, gentlemen, we are being attacked. We're under attack by such and such a nation. I know them all very well. I'm not sure that they'd be there. I know we'd be there for them. I don't know that they'd be there for us. So with all of the money we expend, with all of the blood, sweat, and tears, I don't know that they'd be there for us. They're not there for us on Iceland, that I can tell you. I mean, our stock market took the first dip yesterday because of Iceland. So Iceland's already cost us a lot of money. But that dip is peanuts compared to what it's gone up. And we have an unbelievable future in that stock. That stock market is going to be doubled. We're going to hit 50,000, and that stock market's going to double in a relatively short period of time. because of everything that's happened. But this is a good example. After giving NATO and European nations trillions and trillions of dollars in defense, they buy our weapons. We make the greatest weapons in the world, but now we're going to make them faster, much faster. You saw that? I put a cap on the salaries.
I think that my contacts are drying up watching this chart.
Buybacks. No various other things that they were doing.
For real.
I mean, they were making $50 million, but it would take them 3 years to give you a Patriot missile. I said, that's not good. My chauffeur can do a better job than that, and he makes slightly less than 50. They make big salaries. If they're going to make those big salaries, they're going to have to produce a lot faster. The good news is we have the greatest equipment in the world. Now we're going to start making it a lot faster. They're going to build additional plants. And all of the money that goes into stock buybacks is going to go into building plants. We're not allowing stock buybacks by defense companies any longer. They're going to build new plants to make Tomahawks, Patriots. We have the best equipment. F-35s, F-47, the new one just coming out. They say it's the most devastating plane, fighter jet ever. Who knows? They called it 47, but I don't like it. I'm going to take the 47 off it. I wonder why they called it 47. We'll have to think about. But if I don't like it, I'm going to take that 47 off. But it's supposed to be the Stage 6. It's supposed to be the first Stage 6 plane. Undetectable, like our B-2 bombers were undetectable. They flew right over Iran. They were undetectable. And they did their job, and they got the hell out of there. So we want a piece of ice for world protection, and they won't give it. We've never asked for anything else, and we could have kept that piece of land, and we didn't. So
traded piece.
they have a choice. You can say yes.
I know. I'm waiting till market open. I'm waiting till he finishes too, because it's going to affect
And
everything.
we will remember.
Bitcoin dumped overnight.
Secure America means a strong NATO. And that's one reason why I'm working every day to ensure our military is very powerful.
Homie
Our borders
sucks.
are very strong. And above all, our economy is strong because national security requires economic security and economic prosperity, and we have the greatest that we've ever had. Biden and his allies destroyed our economy and gave us perhaps the worst inflation in American history. They say 48 years, I say forever, but I think 48 years is the equivalent to forever. Whether it's 48 years or ever, it's terrible. Costing the typical family $33,000. What they did to this country should never, ever be forgotten. It's early, but he has to be rated as the worst president we've ever had by far. The auto pen did much of the damage. The auto pen, he was the auto pen president. Because I don't believe a sane president would have ever signed the kind of things that he signed. But now grocery prices, energy prices, airfares, mortgage rates, rent, and car payments are all
Gold finally going down after all this time. Yeah, I'm going to wait to see if we can get some shorts up here.
A hell of a job in 12 months.
I never want to hear you
Under
say
my most
that
favored
again.
nation
Say what
policy
again?
for drug prices, the cost of prescription drugs is coming
Oh,
down.
wait, Trump want people to call him daddy.
Up to 90%,
What?
depending on the way you calculate. You could also say
Can
5,
this
6,
man
7,
shut up?
800%. There are two ways
Wait,
of
what are you guys
figuring
talking about? Feels like I've been levitating for 5 days.
We have the favored nations.
Yes. Gold has
policy
just
that
been
every
like,
president wanted, no president was able to get. I got
I'm gonna be looking for
Other
shorts up
nations
here
approved it,
on
and they had
gold.
to use tariffs in order to get it because they said no way. In other words, a pill that cost 10% in London.
oh, you heard me say homie
$130.
sucks.
Think it
Sorry, bro.
cost
It sucks right
$10
now, dude. It sucks.
in London,
My
plus
3-4 grand that I put in a
$130
few months ago is now like
in New York,
1,500,
or
2
Los
grand.
Angeles. And I'd say, boy, that's bad. Friends of mine would say, you know, we get
All right, I'm
London,
gonna
you can
shut
buy
this
this
guy
stuff
up
for
now.
nothing. We go all over.
It's just gonna be us. Let's see what happens here. We're just waiting and waiting. I do like longs in this demand on the 5 minute. So if we go to NQ, I would say here to go long if it rejects at market open. He said 6-7. They should have added that as an option on the poly market. He said 6-7. This guy. I know there's like trading or gambling now, like based like you can bet thousands of dollars for him to say something stupid, and if he does, you get paid on it. All right, market's about to open in 4 minutes. I'm gonna hit the road here. I just want to see if there's an opportunity to short on the eval or long on the eval. Are you looking for a trade? Another trade? I am just on the eval because I don't feel like trading the other Express accounts because they're both up. I mean, if it's an A plus, I probably will, but I'm locked out on the main accounts, which they're at 3,447 now. So. I like shorts up here on gold. It sounds stupid, like why are you shorting something all-time high? But I'm not looking for the craziest move. So we swept all these lows, lower highs. So taking a 5-minute supply short is one trade idea, and then long on NQ after sweeping all these lower highs, lower high, lower highs. So in this 5-minute demand, I'd be looking to go long. All right, on the evals, I feel much more confident just taking him right at market open. So let's see if we get filled. I might blow this eval right in front of y'all, you know what I mean? .58 seconds left. Market's about to open, everybody. Market's about to open. Taking a super risky trade on the eval. As I really just want to say, is a major foreign holder of U.S. debt, with reports indicating Canada held approximately 379 billion U.S. Treasury securities, just want Canada to clear their debt. True, as they probably should. Probably got to negotiate with Trump. All right, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see. Do we blow this eval right now, guys? Do we blow it up or what? We almost got filled, but we didn't. Are you kidding me right now, bro? Are you kidding me right now? Do you guys see this? You see how close we got filled? If it runs, that's gonna suck. That kind of bites. Not gonna lie, that kind of sucks. Yeah, I'm deciding whether I want to take gold or NQ. I'll take the NQ.
Order filled.
Oh my gosh. I'm about to blow this account. I'm about to blow it. I went in, the earlier 15 was fine, but now it's not okay. Holy cannoli. We're gonna blow this account. I thought micros were fine, but it's very volatile actually right now, so it's moving lots of points. This is just an eval, guys, just an eval. Crazy price action. Oh, NQ's doing trading views ahead of TopStep again. It was a second ago. Oh yeah, trading views behind again. Yeah, you don't want to trade right now. The stop loss, it's got to be massive. I'm gonna get stopped out here. We're gonna blow the account. We're gonna blow the account. Yo, that was crazy close. I'm surprised that I didn't blow the account already. Okay, it's about to stop me out. If we're safe from here, that is insane how close we just got to getting stopped out. But probably is going to stop us out. And
Order filled.
all right, we pretty much blew it, but it didn't stop me for some reason, which is very weird. So for the sake of it just being an eval, I'm just gonna enter in one more time and see if TopStep saves me.
Order filled.
Okay, there you go. There you go. Stop me out. I blew up that eval. Okay, guys. Well, I gotta hit the road. I will see you guys again in the future. I gotta hit the road. Love you. See you guys. Bye. Peace, 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 peace.